and welcome to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers talk all things Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. I'm SuperJollyMac, joined by DonTheVan, and today we continue our journey through Kamen Rider Faiz, Bakuryuu Sentai Abaranger, and JJK. New belts, new battles, and a whole lot of chaos ahead. So grab your changer, wake the Bakuryuu, and let's get into it. Cue the theme song too.
Oh, that skyline glow. Yeah. We're back again to set the stage. Two brothers on a single page. From pixel worlds to hero shows. That's just the way our story goes. This is Kyoudai Ai.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good. Most of the time, I feel good. All tired, definitely. Been running around nonstop, but yeah, doesn't stop the good feeling. I guess it's better than not doing anything. I guess. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm definitely tired as well. I am falling behind on a lot of stuff, but like I said before, hopefully by the end of the month, should be able to catch up. I did catch up on the releases at least. I got some of that stuff done. I want to do some what do they call it? Post edits?
Yeah. And what are you referring to? Like, were you
to the final reviews of Ryuki and what is it? Ninpu Sentai, Hurricaneger. There are so many Ninja Sentais that I'm trying to like keep it straight which season we're watching. Yeah. So it's like I don't want to use the wrong words because that's it's funny how many terms come back up again in Sentai. But yeah, mostly did that, and then I want to do some edits in that before I release it. So next week might be just us catching up on Toku releases. And then the week after that, we'll be back to the normal schedule. But yeah, hopefully by the end of the month, everything should be caught up. We might still be lagging because the podcast has everything that we're doing this week. But the breakouts are a little bit behind. JJK is up to date, but the Toku is, I don't know how that happened, but for some reason, they're a little bit behind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the count's off. I don't know. Or maybe
count's never off. But yeah, mostly doing that, trying to clean up. Like always, you help me clean up, and it's 10 times worse. So,
oh man,
yeah, that's what happens.
Well, hey, I'm glad I gave you like a day of cleanliness.
It's not that bad. I'm literally on the fence about should I just pull everything out so I can organize it, like I told you before. Some
of that room, right?
Yeah, the room. So I'm going to use the room as like an organizing room and then pull out all my stuff so I can go through and see exactly what I have. But we'll see.
Yeah, if you don't get to it by July, then when I get there, I can definitely go through it and like organize it better.
I think you just want to go through all my stuff, but I mean, the help would be appreciated.
That's a side effect of me helping, but of course, but as you saw, my organizing skills are pretty up there, so I could do it.
They are.
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah. But yeah, we can go ahead and get right into it. You been playing anything?
No, actually. The only thing I played was the card games, which has been fun. Lorcana and Pokemon. That's cool. They have the pre-releases going on this weekend, and Lorcana had another one go on Tuesday since they didn't have too many people show up on Sunday. So I went to that one too. So it was pretty fun. I lost all my games. Well, I drew one for Lorcana. So I did get a prize pack for that. So that was fun.
Congrats. How do they pick your opponent? Is it just random?
Yeah, so you go in, we all have like our names and stuff. You sign up for the event, And then for the first game, it's random. You just get paired up with somebody. And then after that, it's like the winners go against. I think the winners go against the winners, or the winners go against like the people who have like losses, and then the people who draw go against the people who draw. It's like a Swiss type of thing, if I'm not mistaken.
The winners go against the people that lost.
Yeah, normally that's how it goes, right?
No.
It's not like a bracket where like you lose and then you're eliminated.
Yeah, but I would figure a winner would go against a winner of another game.
Maybe. They had 3 rounds. It wasn't like super long, but yeah, they're probably giving people. Well, yeah, maybe the winners went against the winners. I didn't find out because I was locked into my games. I played 3 games, and it was the best of 3, so they were tough. I'm not gonna lie. I got smacked in the second game, but the first one I drew, which was cool, and then the third one just kind of dragged. I think I got tired, and so I was making silly decisions at a certain point. But he came through, and he actually made some good plays. I said, I can't argue with that, good sir. So, but it was fun nonetheless. My dad came, he sat with me, and he learned. He might get into it. We'll see.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he said he learned a lot, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I tried to get mom to play it. So she said she was up. So I'll let you know how that goes. She might be playing it. We'll see. She likes Disney, so we'll see.
yeah.
So you been playing anything?
Nope, just Final Fantasy. I finally beat the update. They did a new update to 7.5, I think. Which was another story update. I think this might be the last one before the next expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next update should be 7.55. And that should be another weapon quest. Your relic weapon quest. So looking forward to that one. The story was fine. Opened up a new dungeon and another boss fight. So that was cool. But it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really. Been too busy to really get into anything. I want to get into the Ghost. But that's about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to finish Ghost. That's been taking too long.
Yeah, you can get some pointers from our middle brother. He plays that. He's been playing that a lot.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Teach you the text.
I need to beat it so I can get on to some other games.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that.
But that's pretty much it. Did play D&D last weekend. I was kind of nodding off towards the end though. But yeah, we're still going. I finished my level up, thankfully. So got some new spells that I'm sure the DM will smack me with.
He has to catch you first.
Yeah, he'll catch me. So I took some feats that he nerfed. But whatever. We'll see. Hopefully they'll help out in the end. Yeah.
That's not fair. He's not supposed to be nerfing it. But all right. Anything to make it harder, I guess.
People have rules. So whatever.
Yeah.
What about music? You been listening to anything?
Nothing quite new. I listened to that band The Cheeks that I told you about last time. I only listened to one of their EPs, but they had another one that came before it. So I listened to that, and then they have a new single that came out recently. So I just kind of got updated on their catalog. They're actually really good. I really like them. So as soon as they get like a tour announced or something like that, I want to go see them live because their music sounds like it'd be awesome live.
Oh.
So they had their Sirens EP, which is their first one, and then their Signals EP, which is their second one. And they're the Cheeks, the THECHEAKS.
I'll have to try to check out some.
I don't know where they're from though, so I gotta look that up. I haven't looked it up yet. But that's about it for my listening. What about you?
I don't think I really listened to much last week. some podcasts. I'm missing the D20 season. I need to check that out as well, but I didn't really do it. I've been listening to a lot of like older music, or not older music, but music I've listened to before. I think this past week it's been a little bit more K-pop, because I finished making like a playlist a little while back, and like as I was doing it, I was going through some of my history, like the music I've liked in the past, because I put it all in one list, and I was going through. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I like that. Oh yeah, I remember that. I like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
You got to. I want to hear that next time I come through. I'm just gonna play it on repeat.
Hey, my one of my friends, he's actually a reggae DJ in Japan, and he did a K-pop playlist. I need to see if I can find the CD. I thought I ripped it digitally, but that was pretty good too. So I need to find that.
You might have played it for me like a while back if you did it like a while back.
I may have, because it was probably in the car.
Yeah. If it's what I'm thinking about, then I liked it. Yeah.
So I need to track it down, but yeah.
I guess that brings us to watching.
Yeah.
You been watching anything?
No, I'm catching up on season 2 of Re:Zero. Other than that, I've been trying to watch this season's anime, but I haven't really watched anything other than Liar's Game. I need to catch up to the other ones because I'm about 2 or 3 episodes behind now, which is good because I can do it in a chunk. But I need to do that. Maybe I'll do that. This weekend. What about you?
I haven't watched too much. I think last time I said I caught up and finished the small Shadow Lord Star Wars show. And then I just finished Daredevil season 2, the Born Again season 2. I just caught up on that and finished that. So that was pretty cool. That was good. I'm excited for the future of Daredevil, see where that goes. Also Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Yeah, that's his name, Luke Cage. So I'm definitely excited to see where all of these stories go. I think they're going to bring back some of the characters. They might even bring back Iron Fist. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it, though. I need to catch up on some anime. A friend of mine told me that I should watch Akame no Kill or something like that.
Akame no Kill.
I think I said it wrong. I probably said it wrong. Agame no Kill, Agame something Kill. I don't know. It's an anime. It's an anime. I'm gonna search it real quick.
Akame ga Kill?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, she said it was like really good, so I was like, okay. It's a favorite. Agame Ge.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, Akame ga Kill. Yeah, she said it was good, so I said, okay, I'll check it out.
We'll see.
I have heard the name before. I just never took the time to watch it.
Yeah. No shade on your friend, but of course I might be a little jaded too. So even Re:Zero is kind of lagging. I don't know. It's probably just me, but it's like I'm drudging through it. It's not bad. It's just like I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah, you got spoiled in Freerun land. That's what that was.
I mean, there were pretty good sleepers last season too. I heard there's some sleepers this season, but I think I'm gonna stick with the 3 I picked and then try to catch up to a couple other. I need to get One Piece back into the rotation too, so that's gonna be probably the next one I binge to catch up to current season.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. You got it though.
Yeah,
you won't be alone. I'll say that.
Yeah, we'll see. He's he's further than I am right now, but.
Yeah, it's probably even further than that now. He's probably like halfway through the 800s.
Yeah.
So I hear it every morning All I hear is Luffy and gang. Heck yeah. But yeah. So that's it for watching, huh?
Yeah. I guess we're up to the JJK.
All right. So that brings us to JJK, the anime section of this. Spoilers ahead for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, episodes 37 and 38, and everything that has come before. So if you haven't seen it, just pause. Oh, go watch it, come back. We'll be here. Or not. Who knows? So we're going to start with episode 37, Red Scale. With this, Yuji runs into Inumaki as he's trying to get into the subway station to get to Gojo. And with that, he sees a whole bunch of curses that are just kind of filling the streets and everything like that. And he's like, how am I going to get in there by myself? But Inumaki helps him out. He says, everybody freeze. No cha-cha. No cha-cha. And then Yuji's able to go down into the subway pretty much and go past him. But as he runs down into the subway, he runs into Chozo, who is casually just walking through the subway and minding his business. And it's pretty much on site. As soon as Chozo sees that Yuji jumps down, they lock eyes, and Chozo starts to use his blood manipulation convergence technique called piercing blood, and he is shooting on site, and the piercing blood is going through walls and ceilings, and it's pretty cool. So with that, their fight commences. Before that, Chozo asks Yuji if his brothers had any last words for him, and Yuji just says, not really, but they were crying. And so Chozo gets mad, and now the fight is on, and they fight for a bit. In a certain part of the fight, Yuji pulls out the Mekamaru coin because he comes back, and he's like, yo, Yuji, who you're fighting? Chozo, blood manipulation. That's similar to the dude on my team. Yeah, you should go to the bathroom. And so Yuji runs to the bathroom, and Chozo's like, what? And so he uses caution when he enters the restroom until Mekamaru taunts him, and then he just ends up running into the bathroom to resume the fight. So with this, the sprinklers are on, which kind of interrupts Chozo's blood technique, which causes the blood to kind of burst because of osmosis. I forget the exact word, but it's basically that. And so with that, Chozo can't use his blood manipulation outside of his body, but he can use it within his body, is what I got from that. And so they're still fighting. In the middle of the fight, Yuji bites Chozo's hand. I don't know. I just thought that was pretty funny, so I just put that in there. So Chozo uses his blood projectile technique that he kind of had hidden in his hand as he was fighting, and he kind of hit it and shot Yuji through his coat, so that the water didn't kind of mess it up. But he hit Yuji in a vital organ, which kind of slows Yuji down a little bit. And Yuji resolves to take Chozo down with him in this fight. And so as they continue fighting and they get all close in their hand-to-hand combat type thing, Chozo actually takes out Yuji because Yuji thought that he was able to pull out a surprise move with his left hand during the fight, but Chozo surprised him with some blood armor that blocked the final blow from Yuji, which allowed Chozo to give his final blow to Yuji and knocks him all the way back against the wall. And so with that, Chozo walks up on him, and he's about to land a final blow, but he hits the wall instead. And for some reason, Chozo is getting he remembers memories that aren't his about Yuji. Somehow I feel like this guy is like Toto. I don't know, but I'm just gonna say it. And then but no, Chozo denies the fact that Yuji could be his brother, because Chozo basically has a connection to all of his brothers, and he said no, Yuji could never be. And so who knows what's going on with that. But during the end credit scene, Geto's twins, the twins from the movie that are on his team, find Yuji, and they see that he's still alive. And so that ends episode 37. What'd you think about it?
Did they say he can't be his brother or something like that?
Well, with it, when Chozo first showed up, he said he has a connection to his brothers.
Yeah.
And like when he had the flash of memories, like that's why he stopped like attacking, because like he's like, oh, this, why do I have this connection to this guy? And so he was like, there's no way he could be. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming.
Okay. Just
I
making sure.
I assumed because he had like the connection with his brothers and whatnot, and I was like, there's only one reason he would ever like not go through with it. He was really so gung ho on vengeance, but he was like, he'll protect his brothers at all costs, and then he just like stopped mid battle. I was like, okay, well, there must be some type of history here, some connection he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
And plus, why else would he get memories of like, what's his name, Yuji?
No idea.
We'll find out though. We'll find out though.
This fight was really good though. These 2 episodes, I'll probably say it again next episode, but like from start to beginning, it's just like you're in. I don't think they really set up Chojo that much, or Choso that much in previous episodes, but like being able to see his move patterns, kind of seeing the similarities between him and is he a 3rd year or 2nd year from Kyoto?
I think it's second
year. Yeah.
I don't think he's in the same class as Toto. Toto's a 3rd year.
Is he? For some reason, I thought it was flipped. Yeah, they're both Kamo. Kamo is a 3rd year too, so they're the same year. But yeah, being able to see the moves, like first we got a little glimpse of it with Kamo, and then to see Choso start fighting and see him pulling all of those moves, and then the narrator kind of explaining things too. That was a bit, it didn't really put me off, but it's like the narrator would kick in and you're like, oh, okay, this is where it's going to turn. But it's like, no, not really, because Choso has something up his sleeve too. It's like Choso doesn't really know how to fight and all of this other stuff, but he's wiping the floor with Yuji. Well, not even wiping the floor. Yuji was holding his own really well, like coming up with a plan, executing it. It's just like there was a gap in power, kind of. But yeah, a really good fight.
I don't even know if I could say a gap in power. I feel like it's just a gap in knowledge, because I don't think Yuji really knew too much about the blood manipulation.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, even then, well, I guess maybe Yuji was just out of luck, because Choso can do like close combat, mid-range combat, far combat.
I mean, I got.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what he said too. It's just like, yeah, once he gets distance between him and Yuji, like there's no. And then Yuji got beat up pretty badly, and then after a certain point, it's just like, okay, Choso got it in the bag, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think they're probably on the same playing field. I think it is just a matter of like, one's really good at close range. So like if it was only a close range battle, Yuji would have took it. But if it was like you said, a far like distance battle, obviously Choso has the advantage. It's just, I feel like it's just like a advantage type of thing, because once they ended up going into close combat, Yuji started like to pull ahead a little bit until Choso hit him with a surprise attack, and then so I think it's like just a difference in like what to expect in the fight. I feel like if Yuji had some more experience in dealing with it, or like I guess more creativity when it comes to what to expect from his opponent, then I feel like he would have had it. So because I don't know if Choso's power necessarily beats Yuji per se. I feel like Yuji, had Yuji known about the blood armor, he would have won that fight. It's almost kind of the same thing as like what's his name, Toji. Like, had he known about the purple technique, he would have won that fight.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
it could be. Toji? But I mean, it's all. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I guess you're right, because it's like Yuji didn't read kind of Choso, but Choso read what he was about to do and had that protection there. And if he hadn't, then maybe that would have ended differently. But yeah, really good fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Strategery.
Which was surprising because I
but
thought like I couldn't figure out what kind of character they were setting up for Yuji, because it's like, okay, is he just like the like not that smart, just can fight, but like he thinks pretty good, like he's on it. So
I was gonna say this fight like demonstrated the reason why he was recommended to be like a grade 1.
Yeah.
Like to get elevated. And I was like, yeah, this actually shows his growth. Because like if you think about it from when he first came in and he was like fighting, who did he fight in the first? Like he fought the first special grade that was pretty low level that didn't speak too much. And like the change from like that fight to where he is now is like night and day. And it's just like, oh yeah, you can see the growth for sure. And it's like I didn't notice that amount of growth the first time watching it, but it's like now that I'm like paying even more attention to it, it's like, oh yeah, you can. It's like I understand, I can see it. Like that time with Toto definitely did some work. That did some numbers, and like he's even thinking more. He is thinking more creatively about the fights and whatnot, you know. So he's like, how do I close the distance? How do I surprise him with this? Oh, I've been using my right hand this whole time, so he probably thinks that I can't use my left hand since he like I don't know no, he stabbed his foot, but he was like, oh, maybe he doesn't think I can use it, and so like he tried to surprise him with the left. But it's like it was it was great. It was great. It was a good fight. It was. It really was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then Nekomaru was talking about I gotta conserve energy.
Yeah. And then get smashed, but whatever.
Right. You wouldn't have to do that had you not backstabbed the entire surgery school.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they could have figured something out. I don't know. Or had you had a better plan of escape? Look, you know what? Hold on. We got to backtrack a couple episodes because I definitely have been thinking about this. My man really could have survived had he not tried to just do too much and come out in the big armor and try to take on Mahito. Like, had he just like disappeared and then just stayed underground, he would have been fine and they would have left and then he could have been there. Because they weren't looking for him, to be completely honest. They thought that he already escaped. If we're really being honest. So,
maybe.
Yeah, that upset me. Because Mahito was like, oh, I guess he escaped. And Geto was like, yeah, I guess he did leave. And then they left. And then the only reason they engaged again is because he decided to pop out the ground in a giant mech suit. So, I don't know. My bad. That just really grinded my gears.
I never thought about it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I figured they would have tried to hunt him down. But yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they got what they wanted, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
It's like, he was really no real threat in their mind, I guess, which turned out to be true because they won.
Yep.
So, yeah, anyways. But yeah, it was a good episode, in my opinion.
Yeah, ditto.
So, with that, we can move on to episode 38, Fluctuations. So in this episode, we start off with Mei, who is still dealing with the curse that Geto released to fight her. And so pretty much she's trapped inside of the special grade curses technique. And with this, I think it's a domain. So Mei kind of goes through talking about it. I didn't write it down, but pretty much like there's like the curse counts to 3 or something like that, and once it gets to like the end of its counter, you know, Mei dies and everything like that. So Mei's like, well, I gotta work quick to get around this. So she asks her brother, is he willing to die for her? And he's like, heck yeah, brother or sister. And then with that, we find out that her brother has a technique that deals with other domains, and her asking him that question was a signal for him to be able to use his cursed energy. And so with that, once he starts using his cursed energy, Mei dispatches of the curse fairly quickly after that by using her crows to explode it, and thus freeing her and her brother from the cursed techniques, the cursed spirit's domain. And so with that, she comes face to face with Geto, and they're talking and all that good jazz. So after that, we cut to Maki, Nanami, and oh shoot, I forgot to look up his name. The other guy. The other old guy. Which I do have his name. It's Shibuya, right? Shibuya. Hold on, guys. I got it. I promise you, I got it. Somewhere around here. Shibuya.
Oh, the head of the family?
Yeah, Panda Maki. Oh, maybe I didn't write his name down. Oh, well, you win some, you lose some. Anyways, the head of the family guy, the one that uses frames per second.
Naobito.
That's Naobito.
I think so.
How you
Yeah.
spell it? How you spell it?
Naobito.
Actually, thank you. We cut to Maki, Nanami, and Naobito. They run into a cursed womb that has been seen with Jogo, Hanami, and Mahito and the others during some of their meeting scenes. So with that, we get he's talking about like, oh, Jogo, oh, Mahito, oh, Hanami. And once he says Hanami, he starts repeating Hanami over and over again. And then he transforms into an actual cursed spirit. And so he says that his name is Dagon, and he transforms from his grief over Hanami's death. While he's doing this, and he's pretty much like, Hanami, the rest of the sorcerers are not really trying to hear all that, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this guy. He's like small fry, whatever, whoop de woo. And Dagon states that each curse has its own name, and he's like progressively getting upset. But the group ain't trying to hear that either, so they attack him. So in the middle of the fight, the group is transported into Dagon's domain expansion. This looks a lot like the space where the special grades in Ghetto would have some of their meetings as well. But right when in the fight, Dagon uses he splits his energy and uses his technique to, one, overwhelm Nanami. Two, he tries to overwhelm Naobito, and then he hits him out of the frame, and then he also hits Maki out of the way. He's like, she's weak, I'm gonna get you out of here quick. But Maki's like, yo, if you're gonna call me weak, at least take me out in one hit. Like, come on, bro. But as she's walking up to 1v1 dude, which, I mean, she's brave, we find out that Megami breaks into the domain, and he gives Maki the special grade weapon that they used against Hanami. And we also learned that Megami is using his domain expansion inside of Dagon's domain expansion, which kind of negates the 100% hit rate from Dagon's domain expansion. And with that, Dagon's like, oh, let me get this guy out of here so that I can get my 100% hit rate back. But as he does that, Nanami goes to stand next to Megami to protect him while he's using his domain. And then Megami also says, like, yo, Nanami, I got a plan to get us all out of here. I'm not really using my domain in a way to try to stop his. I'm trying to break another hole in here so that we can all get out. And then with that, Nanami's like, yo, everybody get over here. And everybody runs towards Megami. And at that, Dagon sees it, and he's like, yo, let me run over there too. But as everybody gets over to Megami, as he breaks a hole into Dagon's domain, and everybody's about to jump through, Toji just pops out of nowhere, and he's in the domain now. And we cut to black. So, what'd you think about this episode?
Where do we begin? Mei Mei's fight was pretty cool. Seeing her break down the special curse and learning a little bit about the move and then what she can do. Her brother is kind of a mystery, but learning more about Mei Mei and how she kind of overcomes, she's not really weak, but overcomes her limitations for the fight. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be interesting to see if she does go up against Geto and what she has left. The rest of it was pretty cool. Naobito's powers were kind of like meh, but I mean, whatever. I think he's supposed to be probably the strongest in because he's the head, right? I don't know.
Or I think they said he's like the fastest sorcerer next to Gojo or something like that.
Yeah, he's the fastest, but you would figure if he's the head of the family, he should be the strongest one. I don't know if that's true or not, but
right.
Seeing him kind of act drunk and then come in to the fight, he held his own. That fight was pretty good too. Seeing Dagon kind of take charge of the fight really quickly. Maki kind of be not much use, but she didn't die. So I mean, that's something.
A win's a win.
Yeah. But it was a pretty good fight. And then with Toji just popping out at the end, you're like, oh no, what's about to happen?
Yeah,
What is about to happen?
He has a face of glee.
Yeah. But it was cool seeing Fushiguro come in too, and then it's like, hey, Nanami, I have a plan. This is my plan. So it's like all of them are. I like how they're keeping everybody like intelligent, like they know what they're doing. It's a good time.
Yeah, like I mean, this is it. So like I like that they're doing that as well because in essence, this mission is their like one of their missions where they were supervised for their promotion up to grade 1. So it's like it's cool that you're seeing the growth from where they first started because Megami didn't really have all the plans in the beginning, you know. And I mean Maki's always been lucky, so we're not even gonna get started on her, but still powerful. So it's like it's just cool to see them be competent and like also remembering this is a test, which it's a heck of a test to be completely honest with you, but it's just cool. So yeah, I'm glad that they're also keeping them smart and competent as well, and that they're not like Mary Sue's, like all the sorcerers aren't just kind of breezing through this encounters, like all the different encounters, like they're actually running into challenges. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I agree. Yeah. I don't know about Maymay's brother though. We'll see. He's weird to me, but
yeah, he is. But I don't know. There's got to be something there.
Yeah, they said something about a pact, so maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. We might get some more information about that later.
Well, it's one of those things like when they said that a pact. It's their thing with pacts. Like the weaker you make yourself with a pack, like the stronger you can be, or something like that. So like the barrier to make it stronger, like if you make it in a spot that's obvious, because that makes it like a target for everybody, then that would make it even stronger because you're putting it in a place that everybody's going to see it and everybody knows it's probably going to be there and come after it. So I think the pack thing is kind of cool, how they play around with that. Or like the whole, hey, how they play with the whole explaining your move to the opponent. It's like, yeah, I'm telling you exactly what my move does because that makes it stronger because now you know what my move does. So it's a pretty cool play.
Yeah. So I just it's really ramping up. This right here is the moment that I remember. So like from here on, I kind of remember what happens. I think there's like one section where it's like a little fuzzy, but after that, I remember. So
yeah,
like the part, I think it's the part like right after this episode, and maybe like 1 or 2 episodes later. I don't remember that. Like it's a little fuzzy. I'm like, I don't quite remember what happens. But after that, I remember because that's where the movie happened, I think.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah. So, which, oh my goodness, those last couple episodes are insane. But yeah. Whew. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time. Well, it's gonna be a great time.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, well, that's anything else?
Nope. I think that's it for this week.
All right, that's everything for the anime section of this. We will be covering episodes 39 and 40 next week. So catch us next week.
Which is my cue to take over with the Toku section of the evening. So tonight we're going to talk about episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12 of Kamen Rider Faiz and Bakuryuu Sentai Abaranger. Starting with Abaranger, episode 9, Awaken. Oh, spoilers ahead for all of those episodes. If you haven't seen them, go watch them because they're not too bad. And then come back and chat with us a little bit. But starting with episode 9, Awaken, Abare Survivor, Mezame Yo, Abare Survivor. So, we start with kind of a little mystery. Jean has apparently disappeared from the Evolian base. while she's gone, Michaela creates Trinoid number 8. Kinmokusei Kamikakshi. Yeah. Which is a weird one. It's like I don't even remember what 3 parts he is, but I remember Kamikakshi because that's like Spirited Away, which comes into play later. But anyway, we go back to Ryoga is literally climbing on a building when he finds a man about to take things in his own hand because he's kind of fed up with how things are going. But before he can do too much, Ryoga and the man kind of run into number 8, and then they get spirited away by him. So once they hit this new area, they are cut off from the real world, and Ryoga can't transform or kind of talk to anybody else back at home base. He realizes they're in a pocket dimension and starts trying to hunt for an exit. While back at Dino House, the team realizes Ryoga is gone, and I think they noticed that a few hours ago there was like a door or a big energy signal that had happened. As we go on, number 8 starts snatching people left and right. Ranru and Yukito kind of track him down and transform, but the monster kind of uses a magic mantle to disappear, and nope, out of the fight every time they find him, which was pretty funny. We cut back to the pocket dimension, and the old man that was with Ryoga that kind of got spirited away with him makes a noose while they are trapped. Ryoga sees him make it, and then he's like, oh yeah, I see what you're doing. Great job. And then he makes it into a clothes rack to dry their clothes instead. Which was like, okay, bro. In fact, I almost didn't even catch what the old man was making until the end.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, wait. And then I was like, wait, this is a kid's show. What are you doing? This show. Okay.
The kids got to learn someday.
Yeah. But anyway, they end up being trapped for about 4 days in this dimension. While bonding, we learned that the guy's name is Suzuki. And Ryoga mentions that he trained as an interpreter in the US, which means he learned how to kind of live on the land and act as like a wilderness guide, which I didn't understand that interpretation of an interpreter, but okay. So he's salmon fishing. He's building kind of a little, what would you call it? Kind of, not a building. Yeah, a building out of leaves and stuff.
A hut?
Yeah, kind of a hut. And then Ryoga is like, he's got so many skills. It's just like, okay, what can this guy not do? But anyway, as they're doing this, they kind of find a kid and then chase him back, or not chase him, but they follow him back and find another group of trapped people that have been spirited away. The group kind of gets angry when Ryoga's just like, hey, all we have to do is combine our dino guts and we can try to get out. But Suzuki actually stands up for him when he does this. Ryoga then convinces everyone to kind of focus their energy on moving this massive boulder. That he's like, yeah, if we move this boulder, we're going to get out of here. Back in the real world, Ranru manages to steal the monster's mantle finally, allowing her and Yukito to actually land some hits. Then the Bakuryuu kind of hear the cries of the people trying to move the boulder and get their spirit into it. And then the collective Dino Guts overloads number 8, forcing him to release everybody back to reality. Ryoga reunites with the team, transforms, and then they take out number 8 with a Dino Dynamite attack. They call in Abaranger, but start kind of getting overwhelmed. And then Baki-chan finally wakes Asuka up, and then Asuka joins the fight and calls out Baki, who starts throwing some haymakers just by himself. Then he swaps out with Triceratops to form Abaren o Naguruzu, which is like a punch mode. Naguru is punch. And then they absolutely wreck the giant Trinoid. Then we cut into a cliffhanger where Ryoga is going back to the building and he sees Suzuki kind of head back to the top of the building. And then we get our cliffhanger. After the cliffhanger, we learned that Suzuki just went back for his shoes, and then Ryoga kind of knocks them both off the building, and that's where we cut off for real at the end of the episode. What'd you think?
It's a good thing he can henshin. Transform.
We'll see.
But this episode was a little bit darker times than than normal. Which honestly I liked and I appreciate it, because like I said, kids gotta learn one day. Like, come on now. Come on, like, let's be so real. But I liked how the dude names how he always put like a positive spin on his negative attempts. And my man was out here making fire, fishing in the rivers, all the survival skills you need off of being an interpreter in the States. I don't understand it either. It doesn't make sense to me, but hey, if it works, it works. So I thought it was cool, that they did get spirited away, and everybody thought he was like a deadbeat type of guy. It's like, I can't believe he would just leave us hanging like that. And it's just like, well, that doesn't fit his character, but let's run with it anyway. And then I think near the end, I see what you mean about the cliffhangers. I was like, you guys could have just, I don't know, splice those together like really quickly and then go into the end sequence. Yeah. Like, as I watched these four, I was like, these end sequences don't make sense if you're just going to answer them at the end of the like, cliffhangers don't make sense if you're just going to put the scene after the little end. Like, maybe it's for the commercials, like they do like but that doesn't make sense either, because I assume they just played it straight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like it, but so far the episode was cool. This was an entertaining episode in my opinion. I liked it.
It was definitely a weird juxtaposition. On how, I don't know, their tone is just all over the place, but like, I'm not mad at it. I don't know how it's fine. It's weird. And then they have these little things in there, kind of like a kid's movie that puts in some references for adults. And you're just like, wait, did I just see what I thought I saw? I think I did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought it was cool. Juxtaposition, yeah. So it was pretty cool.
I mean, I was gonna say, I noticed immediately. I said, hey, that looks kind of like a I was like, this guy is. I was like,
I don't know what I was like. I saw it, and then I was like, oh, he's trying to make a trap for something, and then I'm like, oh wait, what?
Oh, he's trying to make a trap for something, all right. You're not far off.
So I was like, okay. And then the whole thing with Ryoga being gone for like a couple days, that was cool. But I mean, that was cool how he was just gone for a couple days and everybody's like, don't worry, he'll be back. So I like what they're doing so far. I'm in.
Yeah. I'm in. Again, for it to be episode 9, they're moving at a good pace, and I'm not upset. I'm actually like, I'm very satisfied with where they are at. So yeah.
Same. We can keep it moving to episode 10 though, if there's nothing else. Abare Liger Bind. Abare Liga Kanashibari. So we start out with the Rangers kind of experimenting with new recipes in the kitchen, and then Yukito ends up whipping up a fruit curry that is apparently so intense it practically knocks Asuka out, and he has to spend the rest of his day in the toilet. which is a creative way to get rid of the Black Ranger that's going to be so powerful that everybody else can't do anything else. While they're cooking, they get the alert, and then number 9, Trinoid number 9, Banku Mashurumu, who is a bank, a kuma, a bank, a bear, and a mushroom, is hitting the city.
Nice.
So this monster has one of the weirdest attacks yet. He's hitting people with mushrooms, and then he gives them bob cut hairstyles. The Rangers show up when he starts attacking the city the first time, but number 9 is a little clumsy. He tries to blast them, he misses, and then it lobs right straight to the stranger, who ends up hitting it straight back at him, and hitting him with his own attack, which forces him to retreat. We end up learning that this stranger was actually named Bucky Bonds, who was a baseball player that they were watching on the TV earlier. He's in town looking for Yukito to kind of fix some pain that he has in his back. Yukito does kind of take him up on the offer and fix him up. And then Bonds is so impressed that he tells Yukito he should move. Well, first he kisses Yukito, and then he tells him he should move to the United States to be a chiropractor, just for the MLB. Yukito ends up turning him down, and then heads back to the shop. Once he gets to the shop, everyone's just like, oh, he must have turned him down because he didn't want to be exclusive. He could make more money this way and all of these other things, which was pretty funny. So later on, number 9 again approaches Bonds for an autograph, but it's actually a trap, and he ends up hitting him with the mushroom attack as well. Then we kind of see everybody in the city that was hit by the attack kind of being obsessed with money. So Bucky Bonds finds Yukito again, and he's like, hey, I have these huge bags of money. You could take these if you become the chiropractor for the MLB and go back to the States. And then everybody else, there's a policeman that kind of helps somebody. And then he's like, oh, you got to pay me like a bunch of money now that I helped you, and all of this other stuff. But number 9 attacks the city again. This time the Rangers come prepared with piggy banks. And they use that to suck up all of the number 9's attacks, since they're money themed. Once the piggy banks are full, Yukito sees Bonds, and he throws one of the full piggy banks at Bonds, saying that it's going to knock him back into his normal way of acting, which it does. Bonds instinctively hits the piggy bank just like a baseball, sending it flying right back into number 9. And then the team kind of follows up and destroys him. And then everybody's hair and their money obsession kind of goes back to normal. Number 9 goes into giant mode, but the Rangers again take him down with the mecha battle. And then we end off with Bonds kind of about to go back to the US. But Yukito hits him with a cliffhanger and offers him his famous fruit curry. And that's where the cliffhanger of this episode comes into play. Once we get back from the cliffhanger, Bonds loves the curry, and he likes the taste so much that he says Yukito should open a chain of shops in the US. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. What you think?
Yes. Oh, don't forget, he gives him some money at the end, and they're like, oh, he's going to give it back. He's like, I'm going to keep this.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I'm going to keep this one. I like this episode. I will say, I watched the whole episode and I remember the whole one, but it was hit or miss because I was dozing at the end of it. I was no, not at the end, but throughout it because it was really late and I was trying to watch it. And I was like, I can't do this, but I did make it and I remember it. But I thought this one was cool. I liked one of the bob cuts. I think the bob cuts were insane and like very eclectic, but hey, to each their own.
It's just a weird attack, man. You're just changing people's hair. Like, what? Okay.
Yeah. That one guy liked it though. His hair changed, and he said, "You know what? Actually, I like this." So I thought that was pretty funny. But like at first I thought it just changed their hair until they started like trying to rob people of all their money and whatnot. And I was like, "Oh man, this is actually really bad." But honestly, I like the episode. The fruit curry we can probably do without. I don't think fruit and curry should go together at all. But it was cool, and it was nice to see Blue Man turn down the first batch of money. You know, the first 2 times. So it was cool. He might be learning a little bit. You know, old habits die hard. You know, he's slowly getting there. He's slowly getting there. Yeah. What's his name? Abuya. The Black Ranger.
Asuka.
Yeah, that was a very creative way to get him out of the episode. I said, "Oh, my man is not really hurting. Not for real. He just didn't want to fight today."
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I liked the episode. It was definitely another tone shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was fine. The monster was kind of weird, but he worked as well. I don't know. Everybody was just kind of goofy. I don't know how they could be this goofy and still not annoy me. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
That's because you secretly deep down like the goofy episodes.
Doubtful.
It's okay.
Really doubtful.
Okay.
And the whole thing with throwing the bank. I know. We're going to catch all your money attacks at a bank.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hit it back at you.
Perfect. It's great. It's great. You know you love it. You know you love it. You can be honest. This is a safe place. It's okay. Yeah. But it was a good episode.
Yeah. Anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we can keep it moving to episode number 11. Abare Psychic Oink. Abare Psychic Buhi. So we open this one with Jean holding her shell, and acting very suspicious. It looks like she's finally figuring out how to properly put on the dark armor, and she has a plan to do it. Asuka is still on his mission to kind of find the rest of the Bakuryuu eggs, and then we find out that the Evolians have been in a bit of a rut. But Trinoid number 3, Tensaiku, Genius, Sai is Rhino, and then Chrysanthemum has actually been on Earth for a little bit, kind of making or having some plan that he's been putting into practice. We cut back to the Earth, and Emily is asking Yoga for help to check up on one of her friends, whose name is Wakana. This leads them to a sketchy new school that is claiming to teach students psychic powers. The rest of the Rangers are dressed in school uniforms, and they end up taking Emily along because she wants to help out. The Rangers end up infiltrating the school and discover that the president is actually number 3, Tensaiku. The Rangers kind of move in to free all of the students, but Wakana, when they do it, they try to free them, but Wakana refuses to leave because she really wants the powers. Then they force feed Emily a blue sugar daikon, which is like a radish. I've never heard of it before. And it's the same food that all of the other students ate at the beginning of the class, which I think lets number 3 kind of control them. Then the 3 are kind of teleported away and find themselves fighting number 3 and an army of mind control students. The Bakuryuu want to help, but they're stuck on the sidelines. While they're dealing with everybody from the school, Asuka gets jumped by Jean. He transforms and fights her off, but he's still trying to find that egg before the Evolians do. We cut back to the Rangers, and they're kind of getting beat by the students. But suddenly, Emily pulls a big move where she was faking being mind controlled, and then Yoga, I think, dropped his sword earlier, and she picks it up and kind of slashes away at number 3. And then she explains that, well, she said it earlier too in a kind of a throwaway line, that she has really slow digestion. So apparently, even though she ate the sugar daikon, she hadn't digested it, and that's why she wasn't really under his control. So she catches him off guard, attacks him, and then the Rangers move in and give him the final strike to finish him off. Number 3 goes giant, but Abaranger makes short work of him. And then, like, it's a pretty quick mecha battle. We go back to the shop. Emily thinks the school actually worked, and she has psychic powers now. She tries to transform like the others. She says she's going to be Bakuryuu Pink, I think. And then the episode kind of does their little cliffhanger, and then she uses her powers and she turns into a pig.
Oink.
Oink, oink. And that's kind of the end of the episode. What did you think?
That was weird. I thought her turning into a pig was weird. I said, oh, okay. Albert Pink, one way or another. You made it, I guess. I think it was cool. I liked I think I missed something. I don't understand how the telekinesis dude showed up. I mean, I know he's the monster, but it threw me off just to see him just like randomly just appear, mind controlling old girl. But I do like the premise. This one was also another outlandish one that's out there. But I like that part of it. But the part I like the most is, I forget her name, but the evil lady finding the piece that like is gonna help her to like
Jean.
Jean, yeah, to control the dark armor and everything like that, because it's building upon the lore of the armor in the other world. So obviously I'm gonna like that a lot better. But yeah, overall it's a good episode. Maybe maybe she actually will transform into the Pink Ranger. Who knows?
Yeah, it was definitely an odd one. Definitely an odd one. I do like how they kind of come up with new ideas of like winning the battles or having their fights. But this one was definitely like an odd one.
Yeah.
And I think number 3 was just he was sent there a while ago, so he was just down there trying to get the plan into action. He just was low key, so I guess he hadn't been picked up. Which is odd, because I thought their radar would have picked them up, but maybe it's only if they kind of attack the city or do something like that.
Yeah, maybe he was just really low key the whole time. So
yeah.
I wonder how many more that they have just kind of chilling, because he went back in numbers to 3. So it's like I didn't even notice that they skipped 3.
Yeah, I think. What did they start? They didn't start with 1, did they? We've had a ton of trinoids and not that many giganoids. But
maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm confusing giganoids and trinoids.
Yeah.
Okay. That might be what it is.
Yeah. But that was a pretty cool episode. Anything else to add to that one?
Oink, oink. That's it.
So we're going to end off the week then with episode 12. And if you thought the rest of these episodes were wild, buckle in. Because episode 12 is the Abare saw cuts through Kyoto. Abare no kogiri Kyoto kiru. So we open up in a scene with a drunk guy hailing a taxi. And once he gets in, there's this huge disc that pops out and starts terrorizing the city. Then we cut back and Asuka feels the energy of a Bakuryuu egg in Kyoto. So he messages the rest of the team and they kind of all head to Kyoto to help investigate. And then we also see that Emily is apparently still a pig in the last episode. So she did actually get turned into a pig, and she is still a pig. Okay.
She has powers.
Yeah, so big moves. Vofa and Mikita have sent both a Trinoid and a Giganoid to Kyoto, and Jean has already located the new Bakuryuu. We see flashes of this ghostly figure that's a girl popping in and out, but we don't know anything about her. Asuka finds the edited eggshells, and then while they're searching for the creature, the group ends up at a Kyoto movie studio or a drama period set that they kind of use. I think that's one of the ones that's an amusement park in Kyoto. I forget what it's called. Edomura, or is that the one in, I think there's one in Tokyo and one in Kyoto. So while they're out exploring, Mai gets really excited and wants to do some sightseeing. And then eventually she disappears. And then everybody is searching for her. When everybody is searching for her, the giant saw blade that we saw from the intro comes back and starts trashing the area. It turns out that the saw blade is the new Bakuryuu, Dime Nokudon. But Jean is kind of controlling it. But I think it's fighting back against her control every once in a while. Michaela finishes the latest Giganoid, who is Tokei, which is Japanese for clock. Or is it clock? I forget what the name of it. It was either Tokei or clock, because they mean the same thing. It's sent to Kyoto and starts literally eating all of the old buildings in the city. Asuka goes after the Dime Nokudon, while Ryogo, Yukito, and Ranu start trying to take on Tokei without having their Bakuryuu around. So they try to use the Dino Dynamite, but Tokei hits them with a time blast, and then they disappear. Jean keeps attacking Asuka and drops some information to him that the other Rangers have been sent back in time and they will not be coming back. Brachio and the other Bakuryuu finally arrive and try to snap Dime Nokudon out of it, but they fail. Just as Asuka and the Bakuryuu are about to get beaten, a mysterious spirit, the one that appeared before that looks like a girl all in white, interrupts the fight and kind of saves Asuka's skin. Then we kind of cut to the Rangers for a while. They are in a feudal Japan, which they still think is the movie set, but they get immediately chased by samurai, and then they run into a couple of familiar faces or some strange characters around the city. They meet a princess who looks exactly like Emily, and this is where we have our cliffhanger of the episode, where she's being chased by someone. They hide in a building, and then that someone ends up being someone that looks exactly like Ryunosuke. So then we end the episode with those two walking off, her running off, asking to be free, and then Ryunosuke kind of being like, "No, princess, you have to come back." But we end the episode with them still being stuck in the past and everything not being resolved. So definitely a cliffhanger. What did you think about that episode?
A real cliffhanger this time. Yeah. This one was cool. This one actually had a lot more going on, which I liked about it. I would say I'm very curious to see what's going on with the woman in white, and then I want to know how the Rangers are going to get back, because they definitely got blasted to the past. Like at first when Jane said that she sent the Rangers back, I thought she had sent them to the other world at first. And so just to find out they're in feudal Japan, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I do wonder what's going to happen with that. And I wonder if she's going to like gain full control of the armor, and if so, how. or if the arm is gonna like turn on her, or and everything like that. I guess it could go either way. So yeah, I'm very curious. I like the fact that there was more going on in this one than the weirdness of just weird, like the sake of being weird. So, what do you think about it?
I thought it was pretty good. Definitely a lot of stuff going on. We got to a certain part, and I was like, okay, this must be a two-parter because they're just adding more and more and more and more to it.
Yeah,
Emily actually being turned into a pig, that being an actual thing, and that's just some sort of joke. Like, okay, I guess they're gonna do whatever they want to.
Yeah,
no rules this season.
Maybe she really is Abara Pink. Yeah. So you could be like Spider Pig, you know? What's his name? Ham?
Yeah, Spider Ham.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen next? What do you think's gonna happen in the next one?
I guess they come back from the past somehow. I don't know maybe the rest of the story happens in the past. This season, I don't know. They could do whatever. It feels like they will do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. So I don't know. I have no idea.
I guess a better question would be, who do you think the Lady in the White is supposed to be here?
Lady in the White somehow I think is connected to the Bakuryuu. So it's got to be like maybe the Bakuryuu, or maybe it could be the person that Asuka thought was Jean.
Okay, like his friend.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be a cool premise.
Or maybe one of his friends. Didn't he say something happened to them?
Yeah, he did say something happened to them.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So I don't know. Yeah. What about you?
Maybe she's like the I don't know. Maybe she's a leader of like their race or something. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Because like, wasn't there like a movement or something like that? Like warriors. Like maybe she's like the leader of their thing, or like their sage type of person who like survived the calamity and just somehow found him.
Could be.
Kind of like how the samurai lady from the last one, who had like the coin inside of her, like maybe like her or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Some hidden power dormant that she gifts to somebody else. So that's it. Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for the week. Pretty good episodes. Definitely shifting the tone constantly.
Yeah.
But still entertaining. So I'm in to learn more.
Yeah, you never know what to expect. I'll say that.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
But I think that will wrap up the Sentai for this week. So we can move on to Kamen Rider. One moment. I'll cut that in post. But yeah. Time to start Kamen Rider. Faiz.
Yay, that's so cool.
I have the whole gear, but
yeah, you got the phone. I got two. Oh, is it making sounds?
Yeah, I have the whole gear. So I have the belt, knuckles, pointer, everything. Faiz. I forgot the signal. It's in here somewhere. But yeah.
Wait, hold it to the mic. It wasn't. I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? What?
No.
I didn't hear it.
It's really low. I don't hear it.
Oh wow! You can't hear that?
Complete.
You'll have to watch it back. I think you could probably hear it in the recording.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You do have different. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
But anyway, we're going to be talking Faiz, episodes 9 through 11, 9 through 12. Spoilers ahead for those episodes. Let's start off with episode 9, Enter the President. Shacho Tojo. So, we start off with the new president for Smart Brain returning back, but it's not who we expect. Mari gets an urgent call to come to HQ immediately, and she takes Takumi alone with her. When they arrive, they're kind of whisked away into separate rooms and then put into fancy clothes and introduced to Murakami Kyoji. He says he's the acting new president, and he claims that they're still searching for Mari's father, but really there's one thing that he wants, and that's the Faiz gear, and Smart Brain is going to use that to be heroic. And he says that the gear was specifically made to fight Orphanox. Meanwhile, our Orphanox trio is back at the apartment. Kaido is being Kaido, kind of annoying. And he runs off again after kind of getting into an argument with Yuji. And then we kind of see this parallel between Yuji and Takumi. Yuji wants to be kind of a savior for humanity, and Takumi is just like, whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to do it, but if it happens, I guess it happens. So Yuji ends up visiting Smart Brain, probably while Takumi and Mari are still there. And then he tries to get an audience with the president. But Mari and Takumi eventually leave the building without the belt because they gave it up. And then you can kind of tell something is off with Murakami as they leave, because he's just like foolish kids or something like that. Then we kind of get the classic Keitaro subplot where he gets caught up in a weird crime wave. One of the customers is complaining about a burglar that broke into her house, ate her food, and then cleaned up her house afterwards. And then kind of close to the end, she's just like, well, I kind of want him to come back. But while that's happening, Mari drops some info on Takumi about the fact that her parents kind of died in an accident, like a fire, when she was a kid. And then Smart Brain and the president, who I guess was her foster father, were the ones who took her in and kind of raised her. While they're leaving, they kind of run into Yuji again. And then I think they're at a coffee shop doing it, and Yuji comes in. They try to leave, and they're kind of short money. And then Yuji lends them the money, and is like, "Hey, Takumi, you need to get your life together," because Mari fed him a line where he's like her do-nothing brother, and that was kind of the way to get away from it. But meanwhile, at the laundry shop, Keitaro and Yuka kind of have another run-in because she wants to drop off some clothes to get cleaned. And then they kind of chat at that. This episode kind of ends off with a double whammy. The trio of Orphanox kind of track down the polite burglar, who turns out to be another Orphanox. Well, no, it's the trio, our trio, Takumi, Mari, and Keitaro. They join him for his search for the burglar, and then it ends up being an Orphanox. And then as he's about to attack, someone in a Faiz suit jumps in to save them, but it ends up being Kaido. And he has the gear now. And if that wasn't enough, Murakami's car gets stopped by a group of mysterious attackers. But instead of running, the new president kind of gets out of the car. And then he displays some cool powers and then kind of wipes the floor with the guys before jumping back into the car and then speeding off. And I think that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
We're at the point where a lot is happening in the show now. So, or in the episodes now. So, one, I like that we're getting some more backstory about the belt and who it was made by, why it was made, and everything like that, whether it's true or not. Just getting any lore about it and like starting to make it the center focus outside of fighting is pretty cool. Honestly, if a burglar broke into my house, ate my food, but also cleaned up after themselves, I don't think I'd be too mad. I might just put a little extra in there, be like, "Yo, this is for you, my guy. Do your thing." I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. Just don't break, actually break in. Like, just use the front door. It's okay. Just walk in. How about a walk in? So, I think that'd be cool. I like the idea of the orphanaut being able to use the belt. I like that idea. I think it's pretty cool. I feel like it adds a whole new layer to the show and to what could happen as far as like, well, now they have to actually protect the belt because I mean, obviously we were saying in the beginning how they were just kind of running around not having the belt and they had to do like a bunch of stuff. So it's like it's cool. You got to keep your eyes like actually on the belt to make sure it doesn't end up in the wrong hands. So I mean, I guess it's cool that they gave the belt to people, gave it away, but I think it's cool to see the Orphanax being able to use it because I didn't think that was going to happen. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah, they're definitely moving along with the story, and yeah, they're gonna have to keep track of that belt because it seems like, well, I guess not everybody can use it, but there's definitely some Orphanax that can use it. So you need to figure out what's up with that belt and keep it away from them. But they just gave it to him. Like, here you go.
I don't know. And that was an interesting person to give the belt to, but hey.
Yeah, you kind of immediately knew something was up with him. So
yeah,
don't know what's going on with this.
Last episode, I said I like that guy.
What guy?
He's gone down on my list.
Kaido?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone down on my list a little bit. But I like him for the guitar stuff. That was great. That whole arc was pretty. That was nice. I said, "Oh, look at this guy. Has a soft side." And then he's like, "Yeah, get out of my face. Stop touching me." It's like hitting people and stuff. I'm like, "Yo, dude, relax."
Yeah.
So yeah, he's turning into Asakura.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got for this one, though.
Well, then we can move on to episode 10, the enigmatic writer. Nazo no Rider. We open up with Smart Lady doing what she does best, stirring the pot. She finds our little burglar, Orphanac burglar, and tells him that the new president, Murakami, has ordered Faiz to go hunting down any Orphanacs that refuse to kill humans. Kaido, who is still playing with the stolen suit, tells Yuji the same line. And then Yuji finally gets his meeting with Murakami and then tries to argue that even though he's an Orphanac, he's still human at heart. So he does not want to attack humans, which goes against everything Murakami is trying to do. Back at the cleaning shop, Takumi is acting even more weirder than normal, which Mari and Keitaro are trying to figure out what's going on. Then Mari receives a little cryptic text message that's just a picture of, I think she gets one of the belt first, and then a picture of her old elementary school class. But then Kaido ends up running across Takumi on a bike and then challenges him to a bike race. As they race, he starts attacking Takumi's bike. But then he apparently leaves mid race / fight because he got a new job, and then he heads over to that. Mari and Keitaro end up running into Yuji and Yuka while they're out of the city. They don't know who the other people are. They just ran into them a couple times now, so they kind of pick up that the other people are around. And then we kind of see them. It looks like Mari and Keitaro are kind of like getting a little star-eyed around the other two. But Yuji, it ends when Yuji gets a call from Kaido, who calls him out for a fight. Yuji tries to stand his ground, but he can't bring himself to finish off Kaido. Well, Kaido tries to attack him, but in the end, he kind of really doesn't go through with it. So Yuji attacks him and then knocks him out of the suit. Keitaro sees this happen, and then as it happens, he snatches the belt off the ground and then starts running for it. He ends up being cornered by the burglar Orphanok, and then things aren't looking good, but Takumi races in at the last minute to save the day. He takes the belt back, transforms into Faiz, and then attacks and defeats the cuttlefish. And then at the last second, we learned that the whole fight was being watched by someone in the shadows in a armor that almost looks like Faiz, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
What a cliffhanger! A real cliffhanger. One, I like the little tease of another armor suit that looks like Faiz. I like that. We're getting into the whole Agito territory where it's we might get another Gills, or we might get a whole new set of Ryuki card deck holders, if you will. So that's cool. I'm excited for the possibilities for that, unless it's an Orphanok, which again, this is why it's like cool to have them be able to use it, because you just never know. But I would say I keep forgetting his name.
Kaido?
The guitar guy.
Kaido.
Yeah. Him, like, I guess he's like the cleanup guy for the head Orphanok people who want not Shinji.
Yuji?
Is his name Shinji? Yuji. Who want Yuji to start attacking people. Maybe he's the cleanup guy, because they said like, oh, if you don't attack humans, you gotta go and whatnot. So I mean, I don't know. Or maybe he just doesn't like Yuji. So it's just, I don't know. But to see him lose his fight was satisfying. And then to see them run off with the belt was satisfying too. And then I guess, because who were the people that were getting starry-eyed? I forget their names. It was not Yuji.
It was
the other guy in the
Keitaro and Mari.
Yeah. They're cute. Yeah.
I forget what I was gonna say. There was like something about what you said that it was like, oh, I gotta explain something, but I forget what it was. So that's done.
About them not liking each other.
No, it was something before that. I forget what it was.
The armor suit guy that looks like, when I said that it's interesting because we could get like a whole new set of like maybe Ryuki people, or like the Gills guy. It might just be like another Gill situation.
It could be. I don't remember, but
okay.
Yeah, I like what they're doing so far with the episode. They're definitely giving us a lot of backstory. The Orphanoks. Oh, I remember now. The technically, I guess they were telling the truth, because they were like, yeah, the belt was made to fight Orphanoks, and it was just not by the humans. It was meant to do it between the Orphanoks, which is pretty cool. Yeah. That's
cool. That's cool.
Other than that, I don't think I had too much for this episode. It was really good. I liked it. I'm involved, interested,
invested.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's picking up. I think we're at the point in both shows where it's like starting to kind of pick up a little bit. I mean, obviously Kamen Rider a little bit more, but
yeah,
it's picking up more. So I like this point. I like this.
Yep. But we can keep it moving to episode 11, the enigmatic belt, Nazo no Beruto. So we start off with Murakami going to Black Clover, which is kind of a VIP lounge that a group called Lucky Clover hangs out in. Once he gets there, he kind of tells the Lucky Clover that they are the best of the best among the Orphanochs, and they're kind of the elite four kind of the Orphanochs, I guess. Back at the apartment, I guess it's Yuji's apartment, Kaido wakes up after being beaten up and immediately chooses to kind of start yelling at Yuka and knocking over the food she made, and then telling her that she needs to leave, which she does. We cut back over to Mari and the crew, and Mari gets... This is when she gets the email of the belt. Before she got an email of just the class. She realizes that she's missing her wallet, and then figures out that she left it at Yuji's apartment. So she heads back, but instead of seeing Yuji, obviously it's Kaido there. Kaido is getting better, but he's still sweaty and stuff. So she thinks it's a like he's got a cold. So she's telling him to kind of dress out of or change into clean clothes and do all this other stuff, and just bossing him around. He tries to snap at her like he did Yuka, but it doesn't work. And then you can kind of see him get kind of starry-eyed at her. So yeah, we got that going. Then Murakami's not wasting any time. He calls up one of the members of the Lucky Clover, Mr. J. And then he gives him an assignment. Takumi and Mari head out to meet the classmate that sent her the photo, who is Unikai. But as they get to, I think it's a amusement park, they see him, and then he starts fading to dust, which means that was their only lead. Mr. J kind of reveals himself as an Orphanoch and then starts attacking. Takumi transforms and tries to fight back, but he gets beat pretty easily. Just as he's about to try to finish off Takumi, the other armored person that was watching from the sidelines before starts shooting at Mr. J, and then he starts rushing at him right before the episode ends, and that's kind of where we leave off. What'd you think about this episode?
I thought this one was pretty... Wait, is that where this one ends? I thought they finished their fight.
No. This one ends with him getting shot by the other armor, and then I think the other armor starts running in.
Okay. I liked it. I liked the look of the other guy. The other guy looks pretty cool. He might be my favorite. The armor design. I don't think it's recency bias, but I think it actually is objectively a better armor design. So I like it. Everybody's just kind of getting really chummy. These guys aren't as cute as the other guys. I'll just say that. Whatever. I don't know. They might be. I'm not looking that hard. Yeah. I forgot his name already. But yeah, he woke up and he was like already just kind of like, he was like, "Don't touch me. Like, how dare you take care of me?" Yeah, me no. Or yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you're turning into Asakura, except worse. So That's pretty much it, though. I mean,
Yeah, this one felt like a
how,
really kind of quick episode. Not really quick, but it's
yeah,
just like, okay, we're getting into more of the drama side of things, which I like because you're kind of getting the characters to interact a little bit more and then learn a bit more about the backstory of everybody.
yeah.
I thought it was good.
I guess I will. Wait, no, that's not it. I was forgetting the whole beginning of the episode. When he went to the Lucky Bar and everything like that, and met the other guys, that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, okay, so there's like a hierarchy, a deeper hierarchy system. Calling them the Elite Four was hilarious.
Yeah,
but
I think it was Joe and Joe.
And and then Mr. J not saying words except the name of his dog is also interesting. I was like, oh, that's an interesting character choice, but whatever, I'll go with it. So I did like that aspect of it. I don't know what's up with the bartender, but she seems pretty cool, and everything like that. So I feel like she's probably gonna be like some type of secret orphanage person later on, but whatever. But yeah, outside of that, I thought that was pretty cool. The highlight for me was them going to the Lucky Bar and then the costume reveal of the other character rider. I thought that was cool. So yeah.
And then Mr. J's little dog that he has, and the only name he says is really Choco. Choco, I think.
That's it, Choco. Yeah.
But it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that episode. We can keep moving to episode 12 and ending off the week. Episode 12 is Ryusei School, Ryusei Juku. So we pick up right where we left off last episode with the new person in the armor racing towards Mr. J in Orphanac form. This new person kind of really manages to defeat Mr. J pretty quickly. And then Mr. J kind of turns to dust. Then the new person in the suit starts walking towards Mari and Takumi. But then we see the suit error, and then we kind of cut away. And I think this is where the opening credits come in. Afterwards, after a little bit of time, it looks like the dust kind of reassembles itself, and Mr. J is back. We cut to another scene where a group of people run out of an RV to try to find a person who is Nishida, and then they end up finding someone in this new suit who is apparently Nishida. But as they find him, Nishida kind of crumbles into dust. Mari then back at home kind of explains her history. She explains that, or she tells Takumi that she was part of a school called the Ryusei Cram School. And then her and the classmates there were all taken in by the smart brain president after their families died in some weird circumstances. So the president kind of had them all go to a school together for some reason. And then they had a meeting like a couple weeks ago in Kyoto or another part of Japan, I think, outside Tokyo before they came here. Back in Yuji's apartment, or Yuji ends up tracking down Yuka and tries to convince her to come home, making excuses for Kaido, like he's not really that big of a threat, and that he just doesn't know how to communicate properly. Meanwhile, we cut back to Takumi and Mary meeting with the surviving classmates. First, they meet with one of the girls, and then the RV shows up with everyone else, and they start chatting. They don't really trust Takumi because he's a stranger, so he ends up kind of leaving, saying that nothing's going to happen if he stays around. And then the rest of the group kind of talks about their relationship and what they've been doing like the past couple weeks. We end up learning that there is another person in their group, Masato Kusaka, who so they think it's weird because he wasn't at the meeting that they had a little while ago, but the card that they all signed while they're at the meeting, he did sign. But nobody else remembers him actually being able to make it to the event. Then we kind of cut back to the Orphanox, and we get the president saying that the belts were actually made for the president of the Orphanox, or not the president. Yeah, the president of the Orphanox.
Their king?
The king, yes. The king of the Orphanox. That's who the belts were made for. First we cut across again, and we see that the smart lady pulls up on Yuji as he's walking, and she's just like, hey, what happens to Orphanox that don't kill humans? And I'm like, okay, that's one way to do it, I guess. They're doing it. Yeah. But you've told them this already. That's a little bit overkill, but hey, whatever you guys want to do, you can do. But after that, we run into Mr. J kind of finding the RV, and then he starts to attack the RV. First, he targets the teacher that's with all of the group. And then as they kind of escape the RV, one of the boys grabs the belt and puts it on to transform. Then he starts fighting back, but Mr. J kind of knocks him out of his transformation. And then as he's trying to reach for the belt, he kind of turns to sand, and then he's gone. Mr. J kind of, well, I don't know if he grabs the belt. I think he does pick up the belt, the new belt. But then Takumi comes out of nowhere, rams into him and knocks him back. And then he starts fighting up. Or wait, no. He transforms, and then he ends up getting the auto vagin to force Mr. J to retreat this time. And then the fight's over, everybody's back, and then the teacher, before he dies, he starts mentioning something that happened at their reunion a while ago. But before he can say anything important, he crumbles to dust and he is gone. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. What did you think of that one?
For this one, I like the new guy. Well, I like the fight between when the new guy shows up, the new armor guy shows up.
Yeah.
I like his weapon. At first, it looked like a 4. Like when he's like made the sword, it looked like a 4, and I said, I see what you're doing here. I said that's cool. So I like that theme. So it makes me now think that we're gonna have a 3, 2, 1, or maybe like some other numbers show up. So I'm very interested. We might get 9 or 10 riders, 1 for each number. That'd be kind of awesome if that happens. But it was cool to see the guy turn to dust after using the suit. I was like, wow, that's bad design, bro. Like, you're gonna run out of people before you finish your mission, honestly. So that was that. And then to see Mr. J regenerate from dust back to being whole, I said, oh, they're different. I said, okay. I said, oh, this just got a whole lot more interesting. This episode just introduced so much stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm in it now. I'm invested. We got immortal Orphanox and heroes that don't know how to stay alive. So I
don't know if he would be immortal. They said he had 3 lives, so he only has 2 left. I wonder if all of them have multiple lives, though, or if it's just Mr. J.
Oh, I missed that part then. Whoops. Yeah. But to know that there's like a whole group of people who are using the belt, that's pretty interesting. Also, the fact that they don't trust Takumi, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But also, like, dude's been using the belt this whole time, and like he hasn't displayed any Orphanox, tendencies or abilities. So I don't know. Maybe they just had to see him in action to trust him and everything like that. But I'm glad he decided to follow. Obviously, he would, because the plot got a plot. And That last fight was crazy work. Like when dude got knocked out of pension form and like the belt flew off, I said, bro, why'd you do all of this just to get the belt knocked off you? I was like, you deserve to get disintegrated. Send it to the gulags. I was like, yo, if you're gonna pick up the belt, you gotta fight harder than that. Fight better than that. Don't be sorry, be better. Ugh. So yeah, or be dust, whatever. So yeah, I would say that I feel bad, but nah, man, he came out weak. He came out the gate weak. So hey, this is survival of the fittest. If you're gonna be a rider, pull up with that smoke. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, freaking the other riders would be turning in their graves. Kuga, Agito, um, Ryu. Wait, Ryu. I forgot how to say it.
Yuki?
Yeah, yeah, Ryuki. Yeah, all of them turning in their graves at this.
Okay.
Gosh, but yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, good episode. I like seeing the kind of contrast between the new belt and the old belt. Like the new belt, you err, you die. The old belt, like you err, you get knocked back. So I wonder if there are more belts that their father sent out, I guess, before the company got taken over by the other Orphanox. I don't know. It's a nice mystery that they're slowly giving you information on. Yeah, I did like the episode. I'm running through them pretty quickly. Entertaining.
Yeah. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Very all about it.
Yes, here. I'm ready.